CVS is planning to close some of its pharmacies inside of Target stores. According to the Wall Street Journal, CVS plans to close dozens of pharmacies inside Target stores at a time when pharmacy chains are struggling to grow retail profits. CVS will close the pharmacies between February and April this year, according to a company spokesperson. The closures are part of CVS's efforts to pare down its retail footprint, quote, based on our evaluation of changes in population, consumer buying patterns, and future health needs, end quote. Anne,
yes.
What are your thoughts here?
Well, I kind of pushed you on this one because when I read the headline,
You did, yeah. You wanted this headline, yeah.
I was really confused, and CVS listeners, Target listeners, if you can, give us any background information on what's going on here, I would appreciate it, because I don't understand. Like, every time I've been to any pharmacies, they are overwhelmed by throughput. Like, there is so many people, there's not enough pharmacists. Like, we have all these issues happening, which I guess, I understand contributes to how many store locations they can have and that kind of thing. But
staffing.
And staffing, yes. But the stores inside of Target, closing those does not make any sense to me. And for Target not to have any statement coming out about this either, just really confuses me, because Target, this has got to be driving a significant portion of revenue to your stores. And so what happens when you eliminate the pharmacy from the one-stop shop? As a customer, I mean, I might be moved to now go to Walmart, where I can have a mammogram like we talked about last week, pick up a prescription, get dinner, like get all of my, all of my shopping done in one spot. And I just think it's a really surprising move when you are really competing even against the likes of like Walgreens now, who are adding healthcare services into their buildings too. When you're competing against those individuals who have so many stores, why are you taking this out of the equation? I don't get it, and I'd love for listeners to give us some input, and I'm curious what you think, Chris.
Yeah, it's a great point. It's one of the negatives of the strategy when Target decided to sell off its pharmacy business, because should CVS go away or something like that, then suddenly or want to close a lot of stores, and suddenly you're out on a lurch. I guess you could sell the space to somebody else, or you could start up your pharmacy business again, although the latter is probably incredibly unlikely. So yeah, it's a little bit of an issue. The hard part for me to understand is the size and scope of what's at play here. Now, when you say dozens in a headline, that to me implies multiples of 12. Does it not to you
48?
As well? Yeah. I mean, but so to me, it means at least 24 when you say dozens. Like, it's not 1 dozen, but it's at least 2 dozen when it's, dozens. So I don't know, but 24, if it's that many, that's a lot. That's a lot of store closures. And so I think it does raise some questions. Like you said, pharmacies are traffic drivers. And so traffic will go away to those stores because it's an incremental trip. I mean, it's an incremental trip that just gets wiped out. You're not going there for that anymore. And Target already has a growth problem, and that doesn't help. And so the second question I have too is, what does Target do with that space?
Yeah.
In the average Target store, these are probably along the wall. So, maybe they turn them into more back of house space, and they actually get the benefit of having new space to do something entirely new with, to reconfigure for all the shipping from store, all the pickup that's going on in a Target store. So maybe it's actually not that bad of a thing in the long run, because Target stores probably still need that. But, if it continues to happen as a trend line that CVS is like, we don't need stores in Target as much because we've got enough throughout the country. They're hard to staff. It's hard to get people to them. Then, maybe this is not a good sign for Target's growth prospects, of which we do not know what those are, as we've said multiple times on this show.
Well, thanks for giving in to me, Chris, and letting us talk about this. You brought up some great considerations for this still being something that we are very much speculating on what's going on. And like you said, in the dozens, we don't even know what that trend line will look like. But I don't know. Fill us in, Target, fill us in, CVS. We want to know what's really going on.